should you part your hard-earned cash to get a pair? My answer, honestly, these are the VivoBiome hybrid wing, and they're made with just 3 components. There's the 3D printed sole, there's the 3D knitted upper, and then there's the laces. As a side note, there is obviously some adhesive attaching the sole to the upper, but I'm pretty sure that's just a bog standard adhesive that is typical in the industry right now. If you're interested in checking out the previous 2 iterations of this shoe, you can check the videos out on my channel, but this is the final form of the shoe that will be available to purchase. And to cut to the chase, these are a great lightweight and flexible trainer that are now one of my favorite pairs. I know I keep saying favorite on previous videos. Genuinely though, these are one of my top 3 pairs of Vivos right now. Now the sizing process, people asked me a lot of times, do I need to go to a store to get my feet scanned to get fitted into a pair of these? Because some people around the world, different countries, don't have an actual physical store. The answer to that question is no. The sizing process is completely online. In regards to the actual fit and sizing that it suggests, you don't get a fully bespoke shaped shoe. That's not what this is about. This is about trying to find, I'm assuming based on the process that we went through, because we did an in-person 3D scan, we then did an online scan as well. They compared the data. I suppose they was testing the accuracy of that online scan, which my assumption is it's pretty accurate. But once you've scanned your feet and submitted it, it's given you a shoe that is to fit your foot that you've scanned. You can then extend it or widen it or reduce the width and reduce the length. So not fully bespoke, but customizable within a range, which arguably is kind of the mid ground, in my opinion, from having to go through the process of a fully bespoke shoe. That's not necessarily what you probably want. All you want to do is buy a shoe and go, yeah, I'm going to need this a little bit wider, or I'm going to need it a little bit longer or shorter. I went through a slightly different process because we were part of the Pioneer program, and they kind of customized like the toe bit on mine because I gave some feedback. I think they gave it a bit of bigger sweep. You kind of adjust the upper areas and like the width as well. And then in regards to the feel of the shoe, let me start with the 3D printed sole. It's kind of bizarre to look at, kind of bizarre to feel, but it's just totally it's a single piece, just 3D printed, as you would expect. If you know anything about 3D printing, you can see the ridges still on how it gets made. It's pretty cool, very flexible. It's very grubby as well. But yeah, it's very flexible. It's not actually particularly thick. On the first version, the sole is a lot thicker. I say a lot thicker. It's like 30-ish% thinner. They reduced the overall thickness of the sole, so it's just that little bit more flexible. Now there is still a little bit of hardness to it, but again, under any sort of way, it is flexible. And then the 3D knitted sock upper is one of my favorite parts of the Vivo range that they're bringing in now. I would say, so this is the Primus Light Knit. It's a great sock upper, but I'm actually starting to prefer, well, not starting to, I definitely prefer this over this, because this has got a lot more detail and some more, I guess, tighter knitted areas, which mean overall it's definitely less flexible. So you've got like a heel detail, things like that. So the knitted pattern on there limits some of the overall like sock-like function. Still comfortable though, still flexible, just not as literal of a sock as these. And then the laces are, for me, for show, completely for show. Like they're there, but when I'm wearing them, I've never tightened the laces. The sock itself grips onto my feet just how I need it. So the final form of these and the first wave of them is now sold out. This video is coming in a little bit late. Life got in the way, but they did an initial run of 2,000 units of the final version. I really regret not actually buying another pair because, again, I was fully involved in this process. I know what the result is, and I could highly recommend getting them next time they do a run. But yeah, they're gonna be in like black and blue sole or blue and black sole. They look amazing. Nothing will have changed from this form, I don't believe, from what I've got. I've just got green and white, just from the Pioneer program. But yeah, black and blue or black and red, they look really cool. But they've sold out now. There will be another wave inevitably. However, because of the nature of this, I guess they need to take all of those orders in and then quite literally print them. So they're making these shoes that are semi-bespoke, semi-personalized, customized, however you want to describe the fit. They are somewhat unique in their sizes and ratios. People, I assume, will start receiving their shoes, if not already have them by now. So it'll be cool to see those popping up on the internet in the near future. So, leaving you with my final thoughts. If and when the VivoBiomes become available to purchase again, should you part your hard-earned cash to get a pair? Yes, if you can afford them and if you need them. The reason I say if you need them is, like with any shoes, if you can put regular pairs of shoes on and you have plenty of space and it doesn't squash your toes, at the end of the day, some people don't need barefoot wide toe box type shoes because they can put their feet in, they can twinkle them around and they've got no issues. For me, I've always had big feet. I've always found that my feet are being squashed in, my toes are being mashed to the ends and everything like that. So just the whole barefoot thing wasn't even of interest to me. It was just the wider space. I thought maybe there's actually going to be space in there for my toes. So that's how I ended up on this very expensive and slippery slide to buying Vivo shoes. But if you can get a pair of the Primus Lights or any of their other shoes and you don't have any issues with the fit, then arguably you don't need these because you already fit in a pair, right? And for me, the customization, personalization of the fit is where, if you're kind of like me, where my feet are kind of wide, they're not hugely wide, but they're wide-ish and long, for me to be able to go, yeah, add a little bit on the end or add a little bit of width. I've had some shoes in the past, which you can see on the channel, where they just don't fit in one of those dimensions. And arguably, as I continue to wear more of these, some of my older shoes get a feel they're getting narrow. It's actually my feet getting wider. So this is where this kind of program comes in handy, because it's actually personalized to your more extreme, in air quotes, fit based on what is the typical sizing for Vivo shoes. So for anyone that does find that they can't really fit into a pair of Primus Light knits, or they can't fit into a pair of Magnet FGs, keep your eye out. It's worth giving them a go. Keep your eye on the website. They'll do an announcement, sign up to the mailing list. They'll let you know when there's another phase. But until then, unfortunately, you're gonna have to play a bit of the waiting game, and I will continue to spend my hard-earned cash on many of their shoes and tell you how they fit for someone like myself, who is a size UK 14, long but middling in width of feet. I've got people commenting that are like twice the width of my feet somehow. It's like defying the laws of physics. Are your feet square? I don't know. In the meantime, if you are looking for a pair of Vivos in the gym, just general day-to-day, if you're looking for some more shoes and you haven't purchased any yet, there will be a referral code in the description of the video. It will give you either 15 or 20% off your first pair. I don't know now. The number changes all the time. I keep updating the description, but 15 to 20% off your first order with the referral code in the description. And for anyone else, I'll put some links to some suggested shoes in the description as well. There'll be links to Vivo's website. So yeah, check out their Primus Light, their Geo Quartz. Yeah, I'll double check what's on there at the moment and link you up. Hopefully this video was helpful. If you bought a pair of the VivoBiomes when they came on sale, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like so you get more of this stuff when it drops, and so you don't miss the next video. Make sure you hit subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Cheers.